Night 4 officers treated here at MedStar Washington Hospital Center. They were rushed here at 7:30 this morning. 3 officers were shot, the other injured while assisting the Humane Rescue Alliance with an arrest warrant. The D.C. Police Union chairman telling WUSA 9 the officers are with the Criminal Apprehension Unit. They typically serve warrants on violent felons. He says it's always a gamble. Thankfully, all 4 officers will be making a full recovery.
So we just came out of the hospital. We spoke with all 3 officers. One officer was struck twice. Luckily, his ballistic armor absorbed both of those rounds. The other 2 officers were struck in the lower extremities. Pretty serious injuries, but non-life-threatening, thankfully.
As the barricade situation unfolded in Southeast, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser hosted a Valentine's Day event in Northeast. She took a moment to emphasize the importance of supporting our police officers.
But it goes to show you how important it is to support our police, to make sure we're hiring the best of the best police, to make sure that as a community, that if we see something wrong, that we're calling on MPD, because MPD is going to show up for us every single time.
Pemberton says this is a result of a lack of officers and a lack of consequences for criminals.
The fact is that we're short 500 police officers right now, and this is all due to the City Council's passage of the Comprehensive Policing and Justice Reform Act, which hamstrings cops. It makes a terrible working environment for police officers.
Also adding it's the reason crime numbers are where they are.
They've driven hundreds of officers out of this agency, and we don't have the right number of officers to respond to these scenes, which makes it incredibly dangerous for officers and citizens.
And that union rep also telling me these 3 officers are veterans. They're tough. They've been doing this for quite some time now. So again, thankfully, these injuries are non-life threatening. They are expected to be okay. They're expected to recover. They're expected to be able to go home. Guys,
it's the best part of it. We're thinking about them and their families, but the fact that they're able to go home is the most important part of this story.
And we did hear from the chief on this issue in particular a little earlier, and she said that she believes the officers did have the resources they needed to respond to this incident in particular. Leslie, thank you.
So the union's response today comes just days after the D.C. City Council passed a public safety bill that includes dozens of changes to the way that criminals are punished and policing laws in response to this violent crime spike. 12 members voted in favor of the bill, with Councilmember Trayon White of Ward 8 voting present.
All right, so we should also mention that 4 schools were affected by this crime scene all day. You heard Delia mention KIPP DC had an early dismissal about 3 hours ago. Police had to escort students into that school earlier this morning. Plummer and Garfield elementary schools were on secure status all day. Manly Science and Tech Center is still open, but they are encouraging parents to pick up your kids early.
Meantime, the Humane Rescue Alliance was working with MPD to serve that arrest warrant, and they released a statement about the active investigation this morning, and it reads in part, quote, "As this dynamic situation unfolds, our thoughts are with our partners at MPD who are being treated in the hospital, and we are wishing them all the best in their recovery. We could not fulfill our mission without them."